In case you are just joining us, our top story this afternoon is a growing unrest across the country, focused on a particular approach to behavioral and social intervention research that seems not to be contributing to scientific advances.
One controversial figure in behavioral science coined the term spaghetti and meatball science to describe complex conceptual models in which every variable is related to every other variable.
It appears that after years of encouraging a change in this approach through publications and presentations, Dr. Mechanism at Yale University decided that a revolution was the only way to get rid of spaghetti and meatball science.
This revolution has made its way into the mainstream media now. Here is a clip from today's talk show with Mr. Comedian.
My fellow concerned citizens of this great country, you may have heard that one of our greatest American traditions is coming under attack. Nation, our scientists are trying to take away our spaghetti and meatballs. These scientists claim that spaghetti and meatball science doesn't help us intervene to improve health. This brings me to the word of the day, science-ish. Nation, I say if we can publish it, there must be enough science in there for someone. I mean, do we really want to require every intervention study to have a clear theoretical rationale and a design that tests it? Isn't it enough that our intervention studies reference tried and true concepts like socio-ecological and readiness to change and cognitive behavioral? Friends, I say, leave those scientists alone and let them do whatever science-ish studies they want to. And that is the word.
Apparently, news of the spaghetti and meatball revolution is traveling quickly all over the country. One viewer sent in this musical protest that he recorded by cell phone on the New York subway.
Not clear. Not cool.
What are they teaching in intervention school?
A model should clarify and tell it straight.
Keep the spaghetti on your plate.
And the Association for Film Preservation uncovered a rare film segment of preeminent scientist, Dr. Relativity. This short film suggests that understanding mechanisms has been an important part of the scientific conversation for a long time.
We are on the verge of a revolution in science. However, as we learn more and more about the complexities of the world, we must not give in to fuzzy thinking. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger and more complex. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Those faced with human suffering each day ask, why do we need to spend precious resources on understanding how things work? Isn't it enough to relieve suffering? I answer them in this way. For those whose suffering is relieved, it may be enough. But, for all others, for others who are suffering, for those who want to provide relief, and for those who hope to learn from past efforts to relieve suffering, it is not enough. We must follow the example of Sir Isaac Newton and understand that, if we are to see further into our scientific future, it will be by standing on the shoulders of giants. Giants of science who paid attention to how things work, at the same time they were tending to suffering. Giants who leave us a legacy of genuine understanding, which, after all, is our greatest tool to relieving suffering.
Perhaps the biggest sign that the revolution is gaining traction is that the topic of spaghetti and meatball science found its way into the speeches at a recent political rally. Here is an excerpt from that rally, with Mr. President and Miss Candidate.
One thing is absolutely clear. We are witnessing history unfold. The days of pasta imperialism are gone. The American people want change. It will require hard work. But if we are vigilant against the pull of spaghetti and meatball science, we can change the way we approach behavioral and social intervention research.
That's right, Mr. President. You betcha. We're gonna work on reining in wasteful spaghetti and meatball spending, and get down to what makes America great, its people, and their innovations, developed through rigorous scientific methods and stuff.
With that ringing endorsement from the President himself, we'll wish you all a good afternoon. Tune in at the 11 o'clock hour for more developments in the behavioral and social intervention research revolution. Have a good evening.